Hi, thank you for tuning in to Amy's Crafts and Things. Today I'm going to show you how to create custom key fobs using PE Design 11. The first thing I would like you to do after you open up your software is go to your blue flower, click on it, go down to Fabric Selector, click on that, and it will open up a box that shows you all the different types of fabrics that you can use in your embroidery process. We're going to choose synthetic leather. That is the same thing or very similar to marine vinyl. If you look just below the lists of fabric, you will see the settings and the recommended stabilizers to use for those. Go ahead and click OK, and now we can work on our key fob. The first one that we are going to do is just a basic name key fob. Go ahead and click on text, click on the A, choose a font that you would like to use. I have a script font that I have grown to like quite a bit. So we will click on that. It will be number 14 in your software. Click on your screen. Go ahead and type out the name or word of your choice and click enter. Go home, click on size, and we will resize it. So check the second bubble. And I want a height of about 38.10 millimeters. Keep your aspect ratio and click OK. Now, if we zoom in to our name, you will see that the script font has breaks in between each letter. I would like to have the letters run continuously. So we'll go up to a select. Do you see the white diamond shape just above the M? Go ahead and click on it and move your mouse just a little bit below that. You'll see an A with a couple arrows. That will allow you to move your letter from side to side. So I am going to move it closer to the left so that it connects up with the letter A. I will do the same thing for the letter Y. Click on it. Move my mouse down just a little bit till I get to the A with the two arrows and move it from side to side. I'll move it to the left closer to the M. And now my letters are connected and will soak the shapes down below. I need to make a rectangle that is a placeholder so that when I create my outline for my snap tab, I will have a place for that. So we'll click on shapes. We are going to grab a rectangle. We're going to draw just a small one. And then we're going to go home. We're going to click on size. I need a width of 63.5 millimeters and a height of 7.62 millimeters. And click OK. Go ahead and move your rectangle closer to your name or your word of choice. It doesn't necessarily have to connect to the name. It can be close to it. And then you're going to go to select all and go up to where it says embroidered patch on the top of your screen to the right. Click on that. We do not want satin stitch. We would like it to be a running stitch. Where it says cutting line, it needs to be a running stitch. And I prefer a distance from my original pattern to be 2.5 millimeters. You can choose whatever you like. This is just what I use. Then you can uncheck or unclick, unselect everything, go up to your placement holder, right click, select the object and delete it. Now you can go up to your select point tool, select points, and I'm going to change this point right here by the A on the top of my snap tab. There's a sharp point there that I just want to delete because when I cut around my name, I just don't want it to be that sharp of a point. So I'll just click on that point and delete it. And you are welcome to do that to any points that you would like, just to make it be cleaner. and look cleaner. So I'll unselect it and see it just kind of changed it a little bit. So you can do that to any point that you see. I just don't like this part by the Y, so I'll click on those points and I'll delete on some of those just so that it's not so difficult to cut around, and so it just stitches out a little cleaner. And I'll unselect it and see. Yeah, so that's a little better. Yep, so there you go. There is your custom name key fob. Go ahead and save that so that you can use it later. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to right click and select the object to that outline you just created. You want to go home, copy and paste it, turn it to a different color, because as you know within the hoop projects you need to change colors to tell your machine to stop so that you can address the situation of adding and having time to add your marine fabric to your machine. Multi-needle machine users will have to program those stops in before you run your stitching. And then you will move it to the top because that's your placement line for your marine vinyl. Always have your fabric be bigger than your placement line. Scroll down to the bottom and select your outline, and we're going to turn this, actually the stitching is going to be a little different. Instead of a running stitch, we're going to turn it into a running stitch. And because it's marine vinyl, we need to make sure our stitch length is a little wider than normal, which will be at 3.0 millimeters. .0 millimeters and a triple stitch. And there's your key fob. So to run through the stitch simulator, we have fabric placement, we have our name or word of choice. Speed this up a little bit, and then we will also, after we stitch out our name, we'll take our hoop off of our machine, turn it upside down, place vinyl on the bottom, wrong side facing the stabilizer with your right side up, tape it in place to secure it, and stitch out that vinyl outline stitching line. I do not necessarily like the pattern on my name, so I'm going to right click on that to select the object, go up to text, and I'm going to actually just change it to a satin stitch without any outline. But it's personal preference, so whatever you choose there. Then go ahead and save it, and you have your first key fob stitch file you created all by yourself. The next design that I would like to help teach you how to do would be my snowflake. So what I did for that was I digitized out the snowflake I wanted to use using PE Design, and then I saved it. So let's go find it. We'll import it from File. We'll find it. We'll import it. I'm going to change it to a different color. I don't like white on white, and it's just too difficult to see. So let's change it to black so that you can see it. Let's go ahead and go home and size. We will maintain aspect ratio, and we will enter in a size of 38.10 and click OK. The next thing I did was I created a circle around that using the shape tool. Click on circle. It's just going to be a triple stitch and no fill. So let's go ahead and make a circle. And we will click and drag it over to our snowflake, and we will just create it to whatever size you want. It's up to you, your project. That should be about big enough. We'll just eyeball it. That's close enough. And it's going to be a triple stitch around the snowflake with a run pitch of 3.0. Which is already set. So then the next step is we're going to create that placement holder for our snap tab by making a rectangle. So go to Shapes, go to Rectangle, and we're going to draw out a skinny rectangle. Go to Home, click on Size, change our size to 7.62. Ooh, I was pretty close there. To 63.5. And click Enter. And then we're going to move that towards the center of my design. Let's go ahead and move that closer to the bottom of our screen, just so that we're not running off our hoop here. We'll zoom out. That's better. Now, everything is selected, so we'll go Home. We will click on our Select tool to get off of our magnifying glass. We will click on Embroidered Patch. We will select No on Satin Stitch. We will select Running Stitch under Cutting Line, and we will select 2.5 millimeters for my distance from the original pattern and click OK. Next, we will expand by clicking on the plus sign in our sewing order, and we will find our temporary placement line that we created with the rectangle, and we will right-click to select the object, and then we can delete it. We're almost finished with the snowflake. You can scroll down to the bottom in your sewing order, find your outline you created, select the object, go Home, go Copy, go Paste. We need to change it to a different color to allow time to tell our machine to stop and to add fabric onto our hoop. We will move that newly created outline above our snowflake design so that it will be our placement for our vinyl. Scroll down to the bottom of our design, right click to select the object. We are going to turn that outline into a triple stitch with a run pitch of 3 millimeters. And there is your snap tab for your snowflake. The next key fob I would like you to use or to create is going to be by using a single initial. We'll go up to our font and we will select a serif type font. And we will click on our drop down menu, and I'm going to choose number 6. Click in our workspace and type out a letter. We'll do the letter R. Click Enter. And actually we're going to change some of these parameters. I want it to have a triple stitch to go around the letter. And we will start off by going a not sewn center. We'll go Home. We'll go to Size. Click on the second bubble. Enter in the desired size. I will keep the maintain aspect ratio checked, and I will click OK, and that will resize my R. To create the fill for the R, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead into background fill and click on that. So we're going to click on the inside of the R and click Next. I'll go back, you can choose any of these fill types, the echo, the stippling, the decorative, or the crosshatch. I'm choosing crosshatch. On Offset spacing is the spacing between the cross hatching on the inside of the R versus the outline of the R. We're going to set that at 0. I want my fill type to be cross hatch and a size of 3.0 millimeters. Feel free to choose whatever size cross hatch you like. Click OK. Same as before, we're going to create a placement line for our snap tab by going up to Shapes, clicking on Rectangle, drawing a short one out. We do not want it to have any fill stitching, and we want it to be a running line because it's just a temporary placement holder. Go up to Home, click Size, and we are going to resize it. Click on the second bubble under Width, 7.62 millimeters as before, unmarked, maintain aspect ratio, and a height of 63.5 millimeters, and click OK. Go ahead and drag it a little bit closer to your R and try to have it as center as possible, or place it wherever you would like. Then we are going to select the R and our placement holder, go to Embroidered Patch, no satin stitching. We would like to choose a running stitch under our cutting line with a 2.5 millimeter of a distance between the original pattern and our newly created outline, and click OK. Go ahead and click on that temporary placement holder, select it, and delete it. Then you will go ahead and click on that outline, select it, go Home, copy, paste, assign it a new color. We will move that to the stitching line of just above the R because that becomes our fabric placement line. Click on the bottom outline, select the object, turn it into a running stitch, or a triple bean stitch as I like to use, with a run pitch of 3.0 millimeters. And there is your initialed snap tab or key fob, whatever you prefer. We'll zoom out. And then we will go ahead and move the R over. One more variation I would like to show you is we will go ahead and grab a teddy bear outline, and we will resize it. And this is where you would create maybe a different sized snap tab. So we will go up to our Home, we will grab a shape. Let's grab our half circle. Let's go ahead and draw a small one out. Let go of the button, you'll see a line come out. That's going to be where you put your flat spot of your half circle. Click on it. Now move your mouse up, and it will give you a degree. It will give you your flat spot there. Then go ahead and click on it. Grab a hold of that red button with your mouse, turn it around, resize it to how you like it. This is just a temporary holding spot, just like the rectangle. We will put it right between the ears. Let's straighten it up just a little bit. Same as before, we'll select both pieces. Go ahead to your embroidered patch. No satin stitch. A running stitch for your cutting line with a distance of 2.5 millimeters. Click OK. Go ahead and click on that temporary holding place for your snap tab. Select it, delete it, and there you have a smaller tab where you could put a small tiny metal grommet in so that you could attach a key ring to it, or maybe lace a piece of string or ribbon through it and tie it to a gift of your choice. If you want to make your shape a different stitch or add a fill stitch to it, I mean, by all means go right ahead and do so. So let's see, we will do, this is for the outline, we'll do a running stitch, and then select it, and go ahead and give it any fill stitch. You could even do a net fill stitch if you'd like. It's your choice. I mean, create it how you like it. You have the tools now to create any type of key fob that you would like to. I will put my contact information in the description below. Feel free to reach out with any questions that you may have. Please post the pictures and tag me at Amy's Crafts and Things. I would love to see the projects that you make as a result of this tutorial. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to be notified when a new video will be posted. Thank you for watching.